Imagine waking up to feed your plants at dawn, only to have a SWAT team burst through your gate, rifles drawn, screaming for you to drop everything, because your nosy neighbor decided your greenhouse was a threat to community aesthetics. That's exactly what happened to Alex Rivera, a 55-year-old retired FBI agent who'd seen more real threats in her career than this suburban clown show could ever dream up. But here's the twist that left the entire neighborhood in stitches. Alex wasn't just any retiree. She was about to become the town's new head of investigations, and this HOA tyrant had just swatted the one person who could dismantle her petty empire with a single file. Alex Rivera had traded the high-stakes world of federal investigations for what she thought would be a quiet life in Oak Ridge Meadows, a picture-perfect suburb in upstate New York. After 28 years busting organized crime rings and unraveling white-collar schemes that made headlines, she craved simplicity. A plot of land for her organic garden, fresh air rolling off the nearby woods, and no more midnight stakeouts. She'd shelled out $420,000 for a 1.5-acre lot at the edge of the development, complete with a sunny backyard that backed onto protected forest. Her husband had passed from a heart attack 5 years earlier, and gardening, tending to heirloom tomatoes, herbs, and a small greenhouse for winter starts, had become her therapy, better than any shrink's couch. The morning dew on her basil leaves, the earthy smell of compost, it all grounded her in a way that chasing mobsters never could. She'd even planned a modest greenhouse, nothing flashy, just a 800-square-foot structure to protect her plants from the harsh winters and extend her growing season. Permits in hand, county approved, setbacks perfect, she was ready to build. Enter Patricia Patty Hargrove, the self-appointed guardian of Oak Ridge Meadows' pristine standards. Patty had reigned as HOA president for 7 years, turning what should have been a helpful neighborhood group into her personal fiefdom. This woman patrolled the streets in her gleaming black sedan, armed with a laser measurer for lawn heights and a stopwatch for how long cars could idle in driveways. She lived in a $650,000 faux colonial monstrosity with hedges trimmed to geometric perfection, and in the last 3 years, she'd driven 5 families out with her relentless nitpicking. "It's for the greater good," she'd coo at meetings, her voice like honey laced with arsenic. "We must maintain our values, or property values, I mean." Behind closed doors, though, she was a machine of micromanagement, finding folks for unauthorized bird feeders or inappropriate mailbox decals. Alex had dotted every I and crossed every T on her greenhouse application. The crew was midway through framing when Patty sashayed up the driveway in her sensible pumps, her pearl necklace gleaming like a badge of authority, clipboard clutched like a shield. The air hummed with the buzz of saws and the scent of fresh lumber, but Patty wrinkled her nose as if it were sewage. "This eyesore will tank our curb appeal," she declared, skipping hellos entirely. Her perfume clashed with the piney wood smell, creating a nauseating fog. Alex paused from chatting with her contractor, wiping sweat from her brow. "Pardon." "Oh, honey," Patty said, her tone dripping with faux sympathy. "You clearly haven't grasped our community's ethos. We have rules." Alex, who'd interrogated kingpins without flinching, kept her cool. "I've reviewed the covenants. This meets every spec." Patty's chuckle was like shattering china. "We'll see." She flourished a dusty bylaw on horticultural appendages and slapped a $150 daily fine notice on the spot. As she clicked away, heels sinking into the soft soil like daggers, Alex felt not rage, but a wry amusement. Patty had no clue she'd just poked a bear who'd spent decades dismantling bigger bullies. Patty didn't waste a beat flexing her suburban muscle. Within 24 hours, she convened an urgent HOA board session at her house, timed for 1 p.m. on a Tuesday, prime time to exclude the 9-to-5ers. Her board was a puppet show. For yes men she'd groomed over wine tastings and golf outings. Seated at her mahogany dining table, surrounded by crystal vases of fake flowers, Patty shuffled papers with dramatic flair. "We must tackle this agricultural abomination," she proclaimed, as if discussing national security. In a stroke of genius, she'd amended the rules overnight. Any plant-related edifice over 100 square feet now required her personal aesthetic veto. Alex's greenhouse? Way over. The review committee, Patty and her two cronies, meeting only during salon hours, with a $400 processing fee and a 60-day deliberation period. Unanimous vote required, naturally, Patty's iron fist in a velvet glove. It was a masterpiece of bureaucratic BS, designed to bury dreams in red tape. Alex showed up uninvited, armed with a slim binder of printouts. As Patty droned on about harmonious living, Alex rose quietly. "If I may," she said, her voice slicing the air like a scalpel. State HOA Statute 38-214C states rule amendments demand 45-day notice to all residents and can't retroactively nix approved builds. Patty's smile froze. The room's antique clock ticked like a bomb. One bored lackey, a fidgety accountant named Greg, mumbled, "Is that legit?" Alex nodded. "Key lesson, folks. You can't rewrite the playbook mid-game. It's illegal." Patty's cheeks flushed like overripe tomatoes. "This is about our sacred community vibe, not nitpicky laws." "Laws aren't nitpicks," Alex countered smoothly. "They're shields against tyrants in pearls." Patty bolted up, chair screeching. "You'll regret crossing me. You don't know who I am." Her threat lingered like cheap cologne as she stormed off, leaving her minions squirming. But outside, in Patty's manicured cul-de-sac, four neighbors trailed Alex. Lisa Kim, a harried mom of 3, whispered, "She fined us $300 for our kids' lemonade stand. Said it was unsanctioned commerce." Mike Donnelly, a burly mechanic, added, "Made me remove my truck because it clashed with the scenery." Alex listened, her FBI-honed instincts firing. This wasn't random pettiness. It was systemic shakedown. "Got records?" she asked. Blank stares. Time to start. Patty had just forged an alliance against herself. If Patty sensed defeat, she masked it with escalation, like a gambler chasing losses with bigger bets. Violation notices flooded Alex's mailbox daily. Her garden hose coiled improperly, her compost bin odorous menace, her greenhouse frame visual blight. Patty bombarded the county with complaints of illegal farming ops. Inspectors rolled up thrice, eyed Alex's spotless permits, and left chuckling. "Someone's got too much time," one quipped. Noise gripes followed. Tools at 8 a.m.? Disturbing tranquility. Cops became regulars, one joking, "We should set up a substation here." Patty's crowning idiocy. Summoning environmental control over hazardous plant waste. The inspector found thriving veggies and left praising Alex's setup. "Best urban farm I've seen. Caller wasted my morning." But Alex didn't snap. She documented. Photos timestamped, calls recorded, legal in New York, complaints cataloged. Her den became a war room, walls papered with evidence. Then Alex turned the lens on Patty. Public records revealed gold. Patty's own gazebo encroached on easements. Her fountain violated water codes. Her landscaping upgrades unpermitted. Alex printed aerial shots, smirking. When Patty next inspected, clipboard waving like a scepter, Alex greeted her sweetly. "While you're here, check these." She handed a dossier. Patty blanched, flipping pages. "Your gazebo's over the line by 3 inches. Fountain blocks drainage. HOA violation. No permits for that flagstone path." Patty stammered, "This is retaliation." "No," Alex said, eyes twinkling. "This is equity. HOAs crumble under selective enforcement. Ignore your messes. Nail mine? Courts call that void." Patty, cornered, brandished a fine. $250 daily, demolish or lien. Alex pocketed it. "Court it is." Patty huffed off, unaware she'd ignited a fuse. Patty sued Alex for $75,000 in aesthetic damages, claiming the greenhouse would devalue paradise. Absurdly, she snagged a temporary injunction. Build halted, materials rotting in rain. Patty preened to neighbors, told her she'd learn her place. But whispers spread. Alex's FBI past leaked via Mike's bar chat. Evenings, Alex pored over Patty's history. Ethics complaints on her consulting gig, 2 lost neighbor suits, tax docs inflating her home's worth by $200,000. County Archives jackpot. Original 1,992 covenants permitted sustainable horticulture structures. Patty's 2021 tweak. Illegal override. Amateurs, Alex muttered. Retaliation boomeranged. Allies fined for rogue flower beds or noisy barbecues. Instead of cowing them, it fueled revolt. More docks for Alex's arsenal. Court day buzzed. Neighbors packed benches. Patty's slick lawyer paraded graphs on visual pollution. Polished, pointless. Alex rose, exuding quiet command. Your Honor, original covenants allow this. Amendments can't erase them. She presented certified copies. Patty's case unraveled like cheap yarn. Judge dissolved the order, slapped Patty with costs. Frivolous suit. Patty seethed, but the real fun brewed online. Anonymous accounts. Patty's clumsy outs, quoting community purity, smeared Alex as federal thug. Supporters fired back with facts. Financial digs surfaced. Patty owed vendors $18,000. License probed. Taxes delinquent. Then Patty's olive branch. Friday dusk. She knocked. Smile plastered. Alex, let's collaborate. Board seat? Your skills could shine. Alex's tone iced. Bribing a Fed? Bold. Patty fled. Weekend barbecue at Mike's? Neighborhood summit. 28 families grilled. Shared Patty tales. She crashed with her lawyer. Conspiracy. Meltdown captured on cam. Lawyer bailed by dawn. Patty's endgame reeked of desperation. She tipped the AG on Alex's abusive badge. Pre-office? Laughable. Pitched media a victim yarn. Harassed by elite intruder. Reporters yawned at her 50-minute ramble. Climax. 5:32 a.m. Alex watering seedlings. Sirens wail. SWAT storms. Hands up. Alex complied coolly. I'm Alex Rivera. Unarmed. Incoming investigations chief. Lead agent. An old FBI seminar pal holstered. Rivera? Tip said armed eco-terrorist plotting sabotage. Alex grinned inwardly. Cameras rolled. Trace led to Patty's burner. Bought on plastic. Cams everywhere. By lunch, news blared. HOA boss SWATs Fed vet. Viral hashtag HOASWAT fail. Patty's on-cam freakout. I'm the victim. She's ruining utopia. Stations looped it. Charges flew. False report felony. State-audited HOA. $28K embezzled. License yanked for fraud. Petition ousted Patty. 49 of 54 signed. Greenhouse finished. Glossy in sun. Local rag. Garden that toppled a tyrant. Alex's chief gig? Crime dipped 27%. Community bloomed. The blowout HOA meet crammed the hall. 72 souls in a 60-seater. Sweat and stale coffee thick. News cams hummed. County rep observed. Patty arrived late. Fifth lawyer in tow. Suit screaming power. This is mutiny. Tom intermed calmly. Public comment later. Lisa's slides eviscerated. Selective fines. Cooked books. Harassment logs. Videos replayed Patty's rants. Barbecue threats. Media shrieks. Financials hushed the room. $28,000 vanished into consults to Patty's shell firm. Embezzlement, Lisa deadpanned. Alex spoke. I sought solace here post-loss. Plants heal me. Never craved war. Eyeing Patty. But bullies demand it for all silenced. Applause thundered. County rep rose. HOA dissolved for fraud. Funds probe criminal. Patty erupted. Conspiracy. Corrupt Fed. Alex's zinger. Patty, you swat a gardener for watering plants. Who's the real menace? Chaos. Patty fled. Lawyer tailing. 6 months on, Alex's greenhouse thrived. Herbs scenting air. As chief, she fostered unity, watch groups, not witch hunts. Patty? Plead to misdemeanor. 250 community hours scrubbing parks she'd once fined. License gone. Funds repaid plus penalties. McMansion sold. Call center gig 3 counties away. Neighborhood reborn. Gardens flourished. Playgrounds upgraded with reclaimed cash. Alex's Rivera Resilience Fund scholarships kids in law enforcement. Annual Garden Fest, county hit, bands, trucks, picnics under string lights. Betty waved a letter. Newtown's chief warning of Patty's complaints. Some never evolve. Alex laughed. Warned em with our dossier. So, was Patty the protector of paradise she claimed, or just a clipboard-wielding crook? Drop your take below. Did justice serve, or should HOA tyrants get a pass?